Joining us here on the Rich Eisen Show is Aqib Talib on the Mercedes-Benz Vans phone line. How are you, Aqib?
Rich, I'm all good. Always a pleasure.
Right back at you. How fun was that game yesterday?
Man, Rich, it was a good time to say the least. Super exciting game, back and forth, good quarterback play, a lot of big plays. Came all the way down to the wire, so that's always an entertaining game.
What is Kyler Murray doing this year that you think might actually be an improvement from last year? Because you saw him towards the end of the year last year when Arizona was beginning to falter and miss the playoffs. How different is he now?
I feel like he's doing a lot of the same that he did last year while he was healthy. I thought that the Cardinals kind of went down last year when Kyler went down, when he started getting injured. So, he hurt the shoulder, hurt the ankle, or whatever injuries he had. But I thought when he was healthy, he kind of looked similar to how he looked this year. So, that was the beginning of the season. So, look a lot similar to what he did last year, Rich.
Well, what about maybe if you were able to Zoom with him or talk to him before the game, different than last year when you saw him at the end of last year? Any different in terms of his demeanor, personality, approach, anything like that?
I think the vibe of the Cardinals just confident right now. They, confident on offense, confident on defense, and it has a lot to do with Kyler because that's how he walking around right now. Super confident, man. It's his third year in the system. He got a couple accolades now. Now it's not like young rookie Kyler Murray. Now it's like you a household name. You right there with Russell Wilson and the rest of these guys. So I think he a little more comfortable, and you can kind of see that in his demeanor.
So who's the best quarterback in the NFC West then? Aqib Talib.
Man.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. It's a bunch of bad ones. So I don't know. So talk to him. We're gonna see who the best is. The best one gonna win.
No, I know that
we'll see that soon.
I know that, but you're not allowed to give that answer here. I'm not going to lie to you. This is sports talk radio. The whole I don't know. We'll see how it plays is reasonable. I mean, I'm not saying you gave me an unreasonable answer, but
I mean, if we're going off what you did in the past,
yep.
If everybody stopped playing football right now, I think we're gonna say Russell Wilson the best, right?
Yeah. So like literally right now. It's Stafford, it's Russell, right? It's Kyler, and Jimmy G is somebody who started in the Super Bowl 2 years ago. You need to win a football game in the NFC West in Week 3. Let's just say it, okay? Which quarterback do you want on that field right now, Aqib Talib, in the NFC West?
That's a tough question, Rich, but I'm going to go Kyler right now. I'm going to go Kyler.
Really?
Give me Kyler right now, yeah.
Why?
He could dominate a game like by himself almost. I mean, he's like unsackable. I mean, he gets sacked, but I think he gets sacked when he really waiting for a route to clear, and then he just try to get up out of it a little bit late. But man, he hard to stop. He hard to stop. His pocket awareness, his arm talent is as good as the pocket passers, right? No one questions his arm talent at all. He hasn't had like the Lamar stuff about can he throw on the outside. He never had to deal with any of that. But his pocket presence and his leg talent is just as talented as anybody in the NFL. He can escape and keep his eyes downfield like Russell, or he can get out of there and run like Lamar. So I feel like he kind of both of them put together. Plus he could throw like the Lawrence. I mean, he's the total package. So I'm taking Kyler.
Aqib Talib here on the Rich Eisen Show, fresh off of calling the barn-burning finish between Arizona and Minnesota yesterday on Fox with Gus Johnson. Tom Brady just keeps doing it, Aqib Talib. I mean, what did you see from Tom that was different from anybody else you played with? And I know you played with Peyton. Was there anything like where he stands out, a moment where he stood out at any point in time for you, Aqib Talib?
I think just his competitiveness, you really could feel. Like some guys might be super competitive, but they're not like Aqib Talib. They ain't gonna tell you about it, right? You can't really see it like that. Like I'm gonna show it. I feel like Tom, one of them guys too. Like he's just so competitive. That's why he ain't never gonna stop playing football. He just loves winning that much, so he gonna keep on playing. So that's the one thing that separates him from all the rest of the quarterbacks to me is just that competitive edge that he played with.
Yeah, and Gronk looked like it's, 2000, 15, 16, 17 again. It's insane. They're just doing so well together. Again, how in the world does Tampa get derailed this year, and by who? Aqib Talib. What do you think?
It's going to be tough, Rich. I don't think, long as they healthy, I don't think nobody will do it. I think Tom will be sitting at the top of the throne at the end of the season again. Long as they healthy, it's going to be too hard to do it. Like you said, him and Gronk, we watching two Hall of Famers pitch and catch all day. The defense is second to none. The O-line is good. Every single position on their team is top tier. So if they healthy, they're going to be super tough to deal with.
What did you think of the Sunday night game between the Ravens and the Chiefs?
I didn't get to watch it live, but, I caught the highlights of everything. But a heavyweight fight, Rich. Mahomes did his job. He got the team in position, but, that's how football goes. It's a team game, right? Everybody got to do their job. So Lamar get that win. That's a huge win for Lamar. Lamar played outstanding, too. Just, it's hard to stay in the fight with the Chiefs. And Lamar did everything he had to do, and he played it, and he made a big boy decision at the end, and he made the play at the end. So I thought that was almost like a gotta win for Lamar. He probably felt like it's a gotta win for me. Like, if I'm gonna be one of those guys in the AFC, in the younger AFC, in the name of the young quarterbacks in the AFC, I gotta beat this dude. I never beat him before. You know what I'm saying? The other quarterbacks beat him. They all beat each other. I never beat him. So he probably looked at it like that, and I'm glad he got that dub.
Yeah, and I saw, I don't know if, again, you said you saw the highlights. I don't know if any of the highlights, because you were traveling back from Arizona after calling the game on Fox with Gus Johnson. Again, Aqib Talib here in the Rich Eisen Show. I don't know if you saw that the NBC cameras caught John Harbaugh asking Lamar if he wanted to go for it on that fourth down that they eventually did go for and win it. How does that affect a team to see the coach, even though after the game John Harbaugh said, yeah, we're going for it, I just kind of wanted to check with him and maybe even convince myself we were doing the right thing. But how does that affect a team, do you think, seeing a coach ask the quarterback, sort of like a check with you rather than a check with me situation?
I mean, I know Coach Harbaugh, he's preaching one thing in that meeting room. And when you get all the guys to believe in what you're preaching, that's how you have a good team. So moments in the game happen where you're going to have to kind of stand on the stuff that you're preaching. What kind of football team we going to be, what we going to go out there and do, how we handle ourselves, what kind of confidence we going to play with. And it's going to be moments in the game where you got to kind of stand on that. So that was one of them moments. And when Harbaugh say, hey, you want to go for it? He's like, yeah, well, we going for it. And when you go for it and get it, man, the morale of your team, if Ocho Cinco could do it on the Madden ratings, he'd make the morale of the Ravens go up a little bit because of that.
Did Belichick ever ask Brady if he wanted to go for it? Did that ever happen? You ever see that?
I don't know. I'm just a cornerback. I'm in my own zone in the game. I have my hands full. So I don't know what kind of conversation they had, Rich.
I just don't know. Because it's just, again, like, I just kind of rare to see something like that, I imagine, right? To see just like, let's huddle up, let's talk about it, even though they were going to go for it. And it was a no-brainer, because what are you going to do? Even with 20 seconds to go, you're going to give Mahomes some sort of a shot to get a shot from one swing of the leg to try and tie it. Try and win it with no time left. I got Aqib Talib here on the Rich Eisen Show. All right, let's walk through it. What was it like calling a game with Gus? What was it like? It
was fun, to say the least. It was a good time, man. Gus is a dope partner. He made it so easy for me. And I think us hanging out a few times before we got in the booth and hanging out the night before, I think the familiarity made me feel a lot more comfortable. So I thought it was fun. I thought we did a good job.
Well, I mean, Gus is an all-time great hang. I know that in terms of our business. Oh, how much? What'd you hang? What'd you do? Tell me a good Gus hang story already. What do you got?
Yeah, we didn't do much. We just hung out at the lobby bar till about 12 and just hung out, man. Just talk, chill, talk football, talk life, So Gus an OG, man, so he give me a lot of game on life and everything.
Yeah, what he tell you? What is the OG?
I mean, come on, Rich. I can't. I don't want to say the conversation words, but we had a good conversation. Who knows? There's a few cocktails involved. I'm gonna have to really think about it. I'll tell you exactly what we talked about.
That might be its own great show in itself, as your prep meeting, something like that. Because I've been around Gus post midnight as well. He had shades on that one night I saw him in Carolina. As a matter of fact, we were there for a Thursday night. I'm serious. We were there for a Thursday night game. We had just finished. We were already back at the hotel, and I think he was calling Knicks on Yes, and he had just finished what he was doing, and he showed up wearing shades and whatever, and it was like everybody flocked to him. Everybody just wanted to talk to Gus. Because Gus is just
it was a lot like that when we was at the bar. So,
but what did
holding court like dude? And it was a good time, man. We was relaxing. That just kind of loosened you up. So now the next day we in the booth, and we just got a nice little vibe. I could be lead a lot more. When I'm comfortable like that. So
I just love the way
I like the idea that we got a team.
You should. I just love the way he talks sometimes and the way that he just, I don't know where he comes up. Like there was like a tight window and he said, I forget which quarter, I think it was Kyler. He put it in a shoebox is what he said. Put the ball in the shoebox. I heard that. I'm like, that's he
the man. Look, when you're a legend like that, he like John Madden and them guys. He just been doing it so much. He's so witty. That's what make you so great at your job. You come up with that stuff.
Did he give you any tips? Did he give you any tips broadcasting as well on that front? Just talk us. I know this is what, game 3? Was that game 3 for you? 4?
Yep, that was game 3. But man, Gus just tell me be me. Just do your homework. Know what you're talking about. Have a feel for both teams, and talk to me. That's what he told me. Just me and you in there having a conversation. Talk to me, and give good detail. Make sure I can understand it. I ain't I'm not like a football genius. So when you explain, just make sure I can understand it. If I can understand it,
yes,
then the 10-year-old kid out there can understand it. So he just kind of, keep me in that line right there. So I just talk to him. So I feel like that's the best advice that he gave. Just come in there and talk and don't worry about nothing else. Don't worry about who listens. Let's give all the guys their flowers. Let's give credit to they do something good. Let's acknowledge that because they're gonna listen to these replays and their mom's gonna listen to it. And let's show the guys some love.
Yep.
Bet. So.
Yeah, and sometimes you got to call it like you see it. Like if somebody makes a bad play or they make a bad decision, whatever, you got to. And sometimes your colleagues that you used to play with might not like it, but at least if they know it's coming from a position of you doing your job and going ahead and doing it, I mean that's why you have this opportunity, Aqib, is you've got the gift of gab and you also have an incredible resume, and and I know just from my own thing that whenever we're on game day morning or wherever talking. Very rarely do we have to say to each other, certainly to Michael Irvin, hey, what suit are you wearing tomorrow? Because I don't want to wear the same thing. I imagine there's no real check with you on that one either, right? Gus didn't say you're wearing salmon tomorrow or something like that? You didn't have to have that conversation with Gus?
Like I said, I told you what I do. I just call Chandra, let her do her thing, man. Ask her what color shoes I need to get. Well, usually she get me together, so... We got them together again.
What official color was that? What is the official color of yesterday?
Well, when she told me, honestly, I didn't know it was going to be pink. When she told me, she said nude, like a nude blush. So when I heard nude blush, I kind of thought more tan, like a light tan, maybe with like a, I thought tan. I thought nude. I thought that's the first thing I heard. So she got there, it was pink. I was like, oh, Chandra, it's pink. And she was like, yeah. So,
that's great.
It
was terrific.
I put it on. I like this. So, make it work.
I love it.
I like it a lot.
I love it because it's you, and it adds to you being you, which is what Gus told you need to be. That's why you're in that booth. That's your fingerprint, man. And I loved it. I really loved listening to you and Gus. It was great. It made me smarter. And, boy, was that an entertaining game, and you made it more entertaining. When's your next one? When's your next assignment with Gus?
Hey, I appreciate that too, Rich. Next one, me and Gus, we got the Cardinals again at Jacksonville this weekend.
Oh.
Oh, baby.
Honestly, you should only call Cardinals games. because
I'm starting to like the Cardinals, Rich.
I bet because they're lit. I mean, they're entertaining, and so are you guys.
It's a good time watching a game, Rich. I'm telling you, it's an entertaining defense. You got Vance Joseph. He got all the creative blitzes he do, and they got playmakers on defense, man. And you know what the offense is going to do. It's going to be a super explosive offense. So it's a good time watching that game. So it should be a good one this weekend.
Yeah. And what do you think, do you think DeAndre's going to get more balls after the first quarter? What do you think in this one? He's got to be sitting there.
He had Pat P over there. Him and Pat P were playing physical, man. That was a good performance by Pat P.
I bet he kind of erased him.
He was over there with Hop the whole time, and
right.
I guess Kyler ain't really like that matchup. He didn't get too much separation. They was physical over there. They was almost wrestling over there. So I kind of just stayed away from that. But Pat P won't be over there this week, so I'm sure he'll get a lot.
Okay. Well, and plus you got a pool there in Jacksonville. Maybe that's where you and Gus should have your meeting beforehand.
Right. Oh, yeah. I heard it's a nice little hotel they don't have us there. So.
Oh, yeah.
We do it, of course.
Go to the pool. Aqib, like I said, I really enjoyed it. Let's talk down the line. Let's keep talking. I really want your thoughts on the season. I appreciate it.
Will do. Appreciate you, Rich. Anytime.
That is Aqib Talib, everybody, right here on the Rich Eisen Show. He and Gus calling Jacksonville, hosting Arizona. Oh, boy. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.